LeBron James, right, has just purchased a new home in Beverly Hills. He's now trying to transition from basketball to politician, right? He's going to run for some major office pretty soon. And the way he's building his name is that he's alleging to be in supportive of Black Lives Matter and black people's issues, right? So he can get a name out there for himself. But he wants to be a politician. But the hypocrisy of wealthy Hamites, black people, African Americans, Negroes, Hamites is who they are. The hypocrisy is they're always talking about Black Lives Matter, but black neighborhoods don't matter. When they choose a place to live, it ain't in a black neighborhood. But that's where that's where people live their black lives. They live them in black neighborhoods. But these wealthy African Americans or blacks, when they get some money, they live as close to white people as they can possibly live. And I tell you, because they realize that black neighborhoods don't really matter, not to them. So, just look at it constructively. If a black neighborhood doesn't matter to LeBron James, then how can he say that Black Lives Matter? Because that's where black people live their lives. So let's read the article. The engineer is going to throw an overview of the place that LeBron James bought. The article reads this. LeBron James buys Beverly Hills mansion for $36.75 million. The 2.5-acre spread includes 1930s home, 2 guest house, a screening room, a swimming pool, and tennis court. King James has a new castle. The Lakers star, who is currently competing for an NBA championship in Florida, just brought the Mediterranean-style compound in the Beverly Hills post office area for $36 million, according to the multiple listing services. Spanning 2.5 acres of property was sold by the estate of Lee Phillip Bell, the talk show host and of the Young and the Restless, and co-creator who died earlier this year. Continue the article. The mammoth deal marks an eastward move for James, who also owns a pair of homes in Brentwood. That's the area where O.J. Simpson lived. One that he bought for $21 million in 2017, and another that he picked up 2 years later for $23 million. Now, LeBron James owns 3 homes in California, 2 in Brentwood and 1 in Beverly Hills, all white neighborhoods, right? So you got $44 million in the 2 Brentwood homes, $36 million. So he's got a total of $80 million worth of property that he bought in white neighborhoods, right? LeBron James, right? I have to, for full disclosure, I've never respected LeBron James as a basketball player. I just haven't. I don't think that he's that good. But it shows you where his heart is at, right? He bought this house. You see it. We got it all here. For $36 million. But he owns 2 others, all above $20 million. Why does he need 3 homes? And why did he buy something in South Central Los Angeles? Why did he buy something in the hood? Remember I said to you the other day, and to tell you, the sausage brain Negro, he never thinks like this because he's not that astute. He doesn't know, the sausage brain Negro does not come to a conclusion. But here's the deal. $36 million home on purchase. The taxes in Beverly Hills has got to be above 12 to nearly 20%. So let's say the taxes of on that sale, the transfer of that sale, the home cost $36 million. The taxes paid to California was $3.6 million, which was 10%, right? But those taxes are local taxes. Those are state taxes. Those local taxes go to the local community there in Beverly Hills, which finances the schools, the roads, the police department. Beverly Hills cop, Eddie Murphy said, "This is the cleanest police car I've ever seen in my life." And then go in the Beverly Hills Police Department, the jail cells are as clean as a hotel room, right? Because the taxes fund the police, the fire, the schools. So LeBron James just dropped $3.6 million into the school board of Beverly Hills when he could have dropped that kind of money into the hood, but he didn't. And then every year he pays annual taxes, property taxes, he pays all kind of other taxes, utilities and taxes that all fuel, that all that money goes to the schools there in Beverly Hills to educate white children. Now, I don't say white pejoratively, but I'm trying to make a distinction that he is helping, that LeBron James money is going to help white students, Japheth people, and I don't say that with a mean spirit. My question is, if he was living in a black neighborhood, then all his money would be going to help black people, black children, Hamites, you see. But see, now the sausage brain Negro marching in Black Lives Matter or sitting there on the couch with a beer watching LeBron James play basketball ain't got enough damn sense to realize what a hypocrite James is. James don't care nothing about it. Listen, you have to understand something about these people, and it's just basics of human nature. When people get money, someone said money don't change people, it just shows you who they really are. And that's the truth. Money does not change people. It shows you who they are if they get a chance to be that way. Listen, if LeBron James was a homie, if he really was interested in black people and Black Lives Matter, making all that money, he would stay around his own kind. The reason why he moves to the white neighborhood, because that's who he is. That's who, money didn't change him. It just revealed him. And so it needs to be clear. You know, you're running around. And the same thing with Michael Jordan. Same thing with Spike Lee or Steph Curry or Al Sharpton. I was down at Al Sharpton's apartment building down there on 72nd Street here in New York City, paying $13,000 a month. 5 years ago, he was paying $13,000 a month for an apartment down. He don't live in his own neighborhood. Al Sharpton don't live in Harlem. He ain't go. So why is it they do that? Because they know that it's dangerous and really black lives don't matter. All their money goes to educate white children. Again, I don't say that mean-spiritedly, but that's how that is. Conversely, it ought to be going. I mean, there ought to be a boycott of LeBron James. But I'll tell you, the Hamite sausage brain brother, he don't really care, because he don't care nothing about black folk either. He sits there in the hood and he watches LeBron James play, you know, but he don't really care nothing about black folk either. After he watches the basketball game, he gonna go out and rob something. You know, that's just how that is. At any rate, everybody, I'm James David Manning. LeBron James got $80 million of houses, and you know, what about hospitals in Africa? Oh man, let me just go. I got to go. Mr. Engineer, take me out of this segment. I'm James David Manning, everybody. I'm the Lord's servant.